Today in Fubo TV's Football Report, Francesco Totti makes history in Roma's 1-1 draw against Manchester City. PSG disregard Barcelona's clean sheet streak and beat them 3-2. And Bayern Munich outplay CSKA's tactics in Moscow. Francesco Totti became the oldest scorer in European club soccer history at the age of 38 years and 3 days when he equalised for Roma in the first half at the Etihad Stadium. Totti chipped the ball over goalkeeper Joe Hart, who appeared to slip as he came out of the goal, and this means that City have failed to win their first home match in the competition for the fourth successive season, even after they went ahead with a fourth-minute penalty from Sergio Aguero. AS Roma coach Rudy Garcia has said that his team's 1-1 draw away to Manchester City demonstrated they can be a success in the Champions League.
Ma questa sera abbiamo dimostrato di essere all'altezza di questo girone.
We have shown tonight we are at the height of this group. We have played against the champions of England and one of the richest clubs in the world.
Il campione d'Inghilterra, uno dei club più ricchi del mondo.
Of course, it was not easy to start with a goal down so early. We had a good team and made the most of our good moments. In the last 10 minutes, we had a lack of energy to keep going. Despite making a great start, City allowed Roma to dominate much of the first half, and only some excellent goalkeeping from Manchester City and England goalie Joe Hart kept them in the game, even though they played marginally better after half-time. Despite that, Manchester City manager Manuel Pellegrini could not hide his disappointment at the 1-1 draw.
Maybe playing at home is never good to draw and have 1 point at home. But also we play against a very strong team. That's a very good moment. We didn't play well, especially the first half, maybe last 25 minutes. We started very well, and after that we started losing too easy the balls. We improved in the second half, but I think that the draw was the real thing what happened during the 90 minutes with both teams. So we must continue fighting for the next 12 points that we must play, and we'll see which team will qualify for the next round.
One subplot in the match saw Frank Lampard, who came on for Manchester City for the last 33 minutes, face his old Chelsea teammate Ashley Cole, who now plays for Roma. Barcelona had not conceded a goal so far this season until Tuesday night when they lost 3-2 to Paris Saint-Germain in the Champions League and showed Barca's vulnerability at the back. Barca had kept clean sheets in their first 7 games in all competitions and looked fragile in defence, but that was no surprise for PSG coach Laurent Blanc. We watched their games on the video with the staff, and we agreed that even though they did not concede, they allowed clear chances to their opponents. They take a lot of risks. It's not easy to defend at Barca. I know it, I played there. They take risks, especially the fullbacks who attack a lot. Despite the absence of their star striker Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Barcelona coach Luis Enrique said Paris Saint-Germain were the same level as Barca. The reasons for this are pretty clear. We faced a rival that's the same level as us, with a good ability to deal with pressure, and that's everything we could do. And these difficulties are normal in such a high-level game.
I think it's the most beautiful win since we bought the club. We're very happy about this win. We won with our main 3 players missing, Zlatan, Thiago, Lavezzi. So the players have proved that they are big players also here. We have a lot of big players, and they proved that Barcelona, yes, it is the best team of Barcelona is coming in the way.
I was very happy to be able to help my team with this goal. It's always something special to score a goal as a defender. We saw a great Paris tonight showing solidarity. Everyone fought hard, everyone fought the rest of the team. Frankly, it was a great performance from everyone. We're very proud of what we achieved tonight. Now, this is only a group stage match. We must not get carried away, but I hope this match will be a landmark for us. We did everything we could. We tried to attack and defend, but we lost. It's never enjoyable, but it happens.
I think Atletico are a team that reflects the personality of their coach. When you see them playing, it's easy to identify many of Simeone's characteristics, both as a player and as a coach. They play with solidarity, leaving little space for their opponents. They're bomb-proof and capable of fighting for over 95 minutes, being very intense physically, attacking their rivals without letting them play or think. All of this, of course, is thanks to the coach, who has known how to pass his winning ideas on to the players.
Penso che sia una partita molto bella perché ci incontrano due squadre di tradizione.
I think it's going to be a beautiful match because it's an encounter between two teams of tradition, and that's a trend contrary to modern football.
Qua invece c'è proprio la tradizione a farla da padrone.
In which there are many teams competing without reaching the maximum European standards. Teams without the characters that both teams have.
Di nuovo rimisurarci, vogliamo avere subito un bel test.
We'll face the game full of enthusiasm, and it will also give us many clues about how far we can go this season.
E credo che una squadra come l'Atletico, insomma, può dare delle indicazioni importanti.
3 points. This is not knockout, where goals are fundamental. This is points, and we lost 2 points at home. And today we recovered that, and also because of the other draw, we put ourselves in a position, I'm not saying comfortable, but in a position where now we can control our destiny. We played 2 matches now consecutive against Maribor. If we manage to do 6 plus 4, would be 7, would be 10, and with 10, job done. So now we have just to focus on beat Maribor, which I believe is not easy, because to draw in Germany means something.
We were not at all happy with the result, but we know the quality of our opponent, and the way the fans cheered us today is a good tonic for what we have ahead of us, and that is our next match on Saturday. So even if we're not happy with the result, we're happy with the response the squad gave, especially in the second half. We've been saying since the first day that both in the Champions League and in our championship, we would play match by match without a very clear objective and do the maths at the end. We also said for us, the minimum goal would be the Europa League.
Yes, we've already played against each other in the Europa League in 2013, and we won 1-0 here in Germany. From their starting 11 back then, there are still 6 or 7 players still in the Bayer Leverkusen team. They have a new coach in Roger Schmidt, who's brought new ideas with him. They are playing quite well up to now in the Bundesliga. So to be very difficult for us. We must play at the highest possible level here in order to take 3 points with us out of Germany. But I'm sure that we're able to achieve this.
It was the first time in 5 years that Moscow played with this tactic. It's difficult with 9 players behind the ball. We tried it on the left, the right and in the middle. It wasn't easy because our opponents tried to get the ball from us and started a counter-attack. I was a little bit surprised. We saw the lineup with 3 defenders. I thought one of them is playing with Nacho in the middle. But as soon as we saw that they were playing with 5 at the back and 4 in midfield, we tried. In the last game against Cologne, it was the same. We have to adapt to this system.
When choosing the tactics for this game, we agreed on giving the initiative to Bayern. I think even if we hadn't done it, then they would have taken it anyway. Their average percentage of possession is around 68 to 69%, so their percentage today was a little higher than average.
С такими командами, которые мы встречаемся, рецептов к большому сожалению нет.
With the kind of team that we were dealing with today, there were no solutions, unfortunately. But today, the scheme almost worked. Going forward, we'll see what players we have when the suspensions of Jagoev and Wernbloom are over. It's difficult for me to say that we found a solution for relative success in the Champions League. I believe that there are no weak teams in this competition, and teams will fight to give their all. The first match between Ludogorets and Liverpool was a good one. We all know that it's very difficult to play at Anfield. But for us, there are no weak teams. We have to win this match, as it's our objective to have a good position in the group.
We all know what football is like. We look at a team that is theoretically inferior to us. We're talking about the Champions League. It's the best competition. There is never an easy match. We have the mentality that we must always win, respect the opposition, and finish as the winner of the group. That's very important.
The first two group matches are very important. The first one was very good, and we need to have the same level on Wednesday. It's our primary objective to lead the group with 6 points after these two matches.
Of course, I've observed players from Anderlecht, and I've seen some really good ones. Yuri Tielemans is one of these players. I often watch Anderlecht, and with pleasure. We can say that over the past few years, Anderlecht have improved a lot. It's a team that is always pleasant to watch, but they have always lost in the past. But things have changed. The team is more mature. They have a good blend between experienced players and young, talented ones. It's a good team. It's not just a question of buying better players. They've really developed as a team. I haven't just seen the game against Galatasaray. I saw, for example, their victory against Cercle Bruges, where they played well. So yes, I have been watching them.
Basel St Jakob Park may not hold the same global reputation as the Nou Camp or the Bernabeu. But the last time an English side beat the Swiss champions in their own backyard in the UEFA Champions League was almost 12 years ago. Liverpool will be the latest visitors on Wednesday as they travel to Switzerland for their second Group B match. And manager Brendan Rodgers is convinced that his side won't be in for an easy game.
This is a club that they're used to winning. So in their domestic league, they're a big team. They play like a big team. They play good football. They're used to winning games. So when they come into this tournament, they have that confidence and that freedom then still to go and play.
Having endured a difficult start to the new Premier League season, Liverpool's domestic endeavours see them currently occupy a lowly 14th place. And after leaving it late to beat Bulgarian newcomers Ludogorets 2-1 in their opening group fixture, the Anfield club will hope Wednesday's game presents a cause for optimism.
We've obviously studied them and analysed them, but it's also important to focus on ourselves. We're off the back of a good performance at the weekend. We still think we're improving and we're going in the right direction.
Basel beat fellow Premier League side Chelsea at home and away at this stage last year. Liverpool will be hoping to avoid a repeat this term.